Hello everyone, welcome to Puddle Nights. It's a kind of puzzler thing. I watched, as I often do, I ended up watching an episode on YouTube to see if I was interested in playing it. I decided I was, so I'm not going to this blind or anything. It's a puzzle game that is sort of reminiscent, I think, of Snakebird, which I don't think I ever played on this channel, but okay, we'll get to that in a minute. All the ladies and bishops of the kingdom are hereby invited to the biannual hygiene conference. Dress code spotless. Make sure you won't step on mud when making your way. Yours, the Queen. Okay, so we move around with arrow keys, sure. And you're not allowed to step on mud. And you have to get the lady / bishop. I guess in this case it's a lady, but they mentioned bishops, so maybe we get bishop later. Anyway, to the exit, and that's how we win. Now we're stuck. We can't go. There's mud and a cart. Happily, we have a dude with a cape who will allow us to walk over his cape. So the kind of main thing of the game is, it seems anyway, hang on, like this, making bridges with your cape as a puddle knight. So playing with mire, haha, very funny, rounded squares. Yeah, so for what it's worth, the video that I watched covered the whole first world, so I'll probably breeze through it relatively quickly. These puzzles are not that hard. Let's see, so here, how long is our tail? It is 3. So we can get down 3. Okay, and we can go in a circle. You can't go backwards, but you can step onto a thing if your cape was there. Okay. Anyway, we can lay down up to we can't go backwards, so we're stuck here. You can leave up to 3 bits of cape behind you. And this is sort of an appealing try. Great, she made it across. But you also can't move while she is standing on your cape. So we're sort of stuck here. Well, not stuck. We have to send her back. But as in Snakebird, it matters a lot which direction you're facing. Like, not just the 3 bits of tail that you leave behind, but how you got there. So now, you don't want to... You want to make sure not to leave any bit of cape on the area you want her to step to, right? You're supposed to make a bridge, and the bridge has to end when she gets off. Again, this sort of looks like a solution, but she can't get there. So we have to do the same thing, but be on the other side of it. Ah! There you go. Dignity preserved. So that was rounded squares, and we're on to excuse me. Okay. So we only have 1 bit of tail, which means it has to be like here, but we have to be on the other side of it. So we need to be able to go down from here. We needed her to... Maybe there was a simpler... Dang it, go that way. Maybe there was a simpler way than to have them go in a circle like that, but we needed to go in a circle so we could get turned around. And she was in the way. So maybe I didn't have to move her 4 times, but whatever. Unexpected turns or full-time job. Unexpected turns. Okay, so we have 2 bits of cape here. Where can she reach with 2 bits of cape? Well, here. But now we're stuck, right? So that's not quite the answer. We want the same thing, but to be standing somewhere else. We can accomplish that like so. Now she wants to get up here, which I guess is this. Now the only place she can reach is here. And now we have to do this, but face the other way. Yeah, simple. full-time job. Okay, so if we go up here, we'll be stuck. But we can send the... Is she a princess? A maiden? I forget exactly what her title is. But the maiden could go up there usefully if we could figure out how to do that. And okay, that was easy, right? Now she can get up there. And now this conspicuous square is a way for us to turn around if we need it. I don't know yet whether we need it, but it's nice that it's there. In fact, at the moment, we don't want it. We were facing the right way. So we need to go like this so she can cross us again. And I guess she needs to go south from here. Which means we need to be like this, but backwards, which we can only do from up here. So there you go. I don't know why I'm saying we. Like we are both of those characters, right? I need to get that into my head. All right, maize fields. We have 3 bits of cape now. The only place she can get with 3 bits of cape is to here. So we need to come from here and then pass by where she is now. That's easy enough. Now, it seems to me... I see. With 3 bits of cape, we could get her to here. It's not hard. You could do it. The problem is, once she's here, you can't actually get her to cross like this. Because there's no way you could drag your cape. Like, you can't get here and then go left. Because the only way to get here would be to come from here or to come from where she's standing, both of which are impossible. So this can't be the next place we take her. Instead, to get her to the exit, she has to come from here. Again, we can't get her there directly because there's not enough freedom in this little corridor. So that means the only place we could take her is like west, which is like this. Okay. Why can't we take her southeast? It looks like we should be able to... I see. Because the only way to do that involves... Well, wait a minute. What if I turn around? Yeah. Ah, I see. If I take her over there, now I'm stuck. So that can't be the next place I take her. Instead, I have to take her south across that little one hop. But to do that, I have to be going the other direction, right? Yeah. Now from here, I think I can get her to go northeast. If I just do this exact same thing, but facing the other direction. Okay, now it's easy enough to get her here and out. Alright, that's the end of Area 1, right? Oh, exciting new music. Alright, Tearable. Yeah, so I guess I actually did see the beginning of this level, but not a solution, although it's actually not that difficult to solve. Oh, we have a new person. This must be a bishop, I guess, because he's in, like, purple, right? Wearing a bishop's hat. What is he carrying? Oh, it's a book. I see. It looks like an exclamation point. Okay, so we have 2 knights now that we can move around. And the kind of new mechanic, and the reason that it's being pointed out that there's this perforation in our capes is that if you move while a knight So you can't move while a bishop or a princess is standing on your cape. If you move while a knight is on your cape, it gets ripped away and left there, sort of permanently, right? So this is a way to create. Anyway, so we need. We could do this, right? And then, but the problem is, if you do, there's no way to fill in that last gap and still have the blue knight be able to move. So you need to have the blue knight move up further so that you can tear away even more of red's cape. And then you finish the level with red. With blue, I mean. I guess, wait. Ah, right. I was like, how do you... There's no way to get out of the way of your cape. But of course, right, I forgot. You tear it off, and then both knights get out of the way, and the bishop just has a nice quiet walk. Now, I'm a little bit annoyed. This game only plays in full screen, and I do just have the one monitor, so I can't actually tell how long the video's been going, but I'm pretty sure it's not time to cut away yet. I guess we'll head to 2-2 before 2-3, although we're being given a choice. Chasing your tail. Alright, we have 4 bits of cape. That's quite a lot. Which means we're... Oh! I see. I was going to say I thought it means we're stuck here, but it doesn't. It means we can actually stand on our own cape and then rip it when we walk. Wow. Okay, that's a mechanic. Alright. Well, I think that's the only way to let the bishop cross here, so that seems like a good start. Is it? Maybe we're supposed to rip away 3 bits here somehow first? It's hard to see how you could do that. Huh. I mean, this is where I want to be. Ah, I see. I was thinking, but I can't stand here. I can't just reverse, because this is what you would normally do if you're on the wrong side of your cape. But this is where the bishop needs to start from. However, we can do this to get out of his way. Anyway, as always with these kind of puzzle games, I make no promises that I will finish it, and indeed I can almost promise that I won't. I sort of get tired before the end of a difficult puzzle game. So if that kills you, sorry I made you watch the beginning of this episode, but I don't plan to finish necessarily. Your cross to tear. So we have a blue guy with no cape at all, who I guess is used only for tearing red's cape. Let's see. It's impossible to... Oh, we have 4 bits of cape, right? Which is just enough to cover this area here, but we couldn't get the bishop there if we did that. So that's not the way to go. This is just an area for knights to move through, I think. It seems, in fact, simple enough to spend our 4 bits of cape here, here, oops, and here. Why can't we just do that? Let's see. I'm trying to remember how the cape tearing mechanic works. Where do I want to stand? I think I want to be like this, and you have to tear off the last bits of cape first. Is that right? Yes. Oh, whoops. But I didn't actually want to do that. I wanted this. And then tear off these last 2. And this. And we're all set. Okay, 2... Why is it 2, 3, 4, 5? What a weird order. It takes 2 to tango. Alright. Alright, so we have we have 2 different 1 capes. Whoa. I see. So this is about taking turns, kind of, right? I thought like that must be the idea, right? But I have to get red sort of facing. Oh, okay. I need blue facing down after doing that? How do you do that, though? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now there's room for red to go forward. Wait, is that what I want? I probably want red going the other way, right? To make room for blue to move? Jeez, this is a longer set of motions than I thought it would be. Oh, I can't have him there because then red can't move forward. He needs to be like this. Red I probably want facing up. There we go. This crossing is not fine because there's no room to turn around. So we need to turn around first. Uh-huh. And I think from here it's straightforward. Except, how do you... Ah, we need to tear off a bit of cape here. Right? There we go. Alright, 2-5. Cut loose. Alright, just 1 knight this time. We're able to step on our own cape. And we have 4 segments. Where do we want them? Huh. Well, 4 segments is just enough to get you here if you were facing the other way, which we can of course arrange. And then I assume we need to cut 1 loose here somehow. How much space is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, I guess I am a little bit, like, stuck now, huh? You're right, I will have to back up. So where do I need to leave 1 bit of cape? Right in front of where the bishop is now seems reasonable, although I don't have a good justification for that. How do I do that? Well, I mean, this is a thing, I guess. Doesn't seem very useful. Huh. We still can't move at all with the bishop on there, right? Yeah, okay. Just checking. I don't think there's any way we could, like, cut off a bit, like, here. Which would be the only other useful place to do it, I think. Like, I don't see how cutting off the cape there does any good at all. Because you have to spend all 3 of your segments getting him here, and then you can't leave, right? Right, and then even if you were here and you could leave, which I think you could actually, yeah, like you could get him there, I guess. But if you could, you still couldn't get him across. Because there's no way for you to put your cape down here and then get out of the way. So all that to say, I still think it's correct to be aiming to leave a piece of cape right where I'm standing now. I just don't see how you can do that. Maybe that's not necessary, actually. Maybe I'm going about it wrong by thinking about needing to use all 3 segments of cape. Maybe I should leave him a bridge in the middle, like here. It would be pretty easy to ferry him to there, right? And then once I did, it would be fine to ferry him to here. So, like, what's the problem? Let's just do that. What does that look like? It looks like this, I guess? There you go. Okay. Two, 6. Peace out. We have 2 1s. We're definitely going to have to leave a bit of cape here at some point, which is very hard. What? Because the only way to get here is to walk to this point, and once you do, you're in the bishop's way forever, right? What? What am I missing? It seems like the end of the puzzle is just, like, impossible, so forget working on the bits leading up to it. What are you even supposed to do? Oh! Once you've had your cape ripped off, you can turn around because you won't be walking on your own cape anymore. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Now, we don't, necessarily want to do this right. Actually, maybe we can't do this right away, right? For, like, 2 reasons. One is, okay, yeah, red can turn around, but blue can't. And the other is, there's no way one knight with 1 bit of cape can get the bishop all the way over there. So, fine. Okay, given all that, I no longer know how to solve even the end of the puzzle. It seems like, if all I really needed to do, what? Oh, he's standing. Get off. If all I really wanted to do was get the bishop to here, that part's easy. The question is, like, what do you do now? How do you get him across? The problem was that we need a knight to leave his cape just north of where the bishop is. And the knight who steps on his cape must already have left his cape somewhere behind, because otherwise he won't be able to turn around. So we need one knight to drop off some cape back here somewhere in a place that might help the bishop move around. I guess? Because it's... Right now, where the bishop is, he's in the way. So we need to get him out of the way so that the knights can maneuver to set a cape up in front of him. So we need to leave a cape either here... Whoa, what was that? I only hit right. I didn't hit right left, but okay, whatever. We need to leave a cape either here or south of here for the bishop to stand on. It's easy to leave one here. Is that good enough? I think so. So there you go. Whoops. Go up here. Now there's space for the bishop. I can't order things correctly. I need to get the red knight in here first. But there's only room for one of these two knights in this staging area, right? Ah, no, blue can leave. Red can come in. The red goes up here to leave his cape. Bishop gets back out of the way. Finally, we can leave the cape and get both knights out of the way. We could try to finish the yeah, it hasn't even been half an hour yet. We could try to finish World 2 in this video. What was the title of this episode, by the way? On a Tear. Okay. So, we have 4 bits of cape. And we need 5 to just, like, walk him out of there the easy way. 4 is just enough to tear off one of your own... Well, okay, the other thing is to note that if we wanted to, we could get the bishop up to here, and that does seem probably productive. Does it? Yes. Because now we can make 3 3s to get him here if we leave a bit of cape right there. Now we have 3 different bridges of length 3 to make, which should be fine. Yeah, get out of the way so that I can come this direction. No. Wait, how do I get him here? If I do this but facing the opposite direction, then there won't be any way for the bishop to get onto the cape because I'll be standing in his way. But there's nowhere else I can stand, nowhere else I can leave my cape that would give rise to 2 3s, is there? Right, this spot here is the only spot where we can do, like, a square. I don't think it's possible to leave a cape bit anywhere else. It would be nice if I could leave one, like, here or something, but I can't. So I think this is where we must leave the cape. But how do we get him here? We can't send him back that way anymore. Ah, of course, like this. We don't have to cross over the area we're going to, we just have to get near it. Great. And then we can do this, and he's over. The poor knight is stuck there for the rest of his life, but oh well. All night long. Yeah, there's a lot of puns. Wow! It's a very long night. 6! 7! 7 bits of cape, and then the blue guy with just 1. Okay. Well... yeah. So my first reaction is to try to solve this level backwards, starting from the exit, because it seems like it would be pretty hard to leave to tear off any cape near where the bishop is now. It kind of seems like we need to leave a 3-parter in this area here. That seems likely. I mean, I don't know. Let's try it, and you know, if it turns out to be wrong, then whatever, it was wrong. What does that look like? Well, we can do all the maneuvering we want up here. Ah, but if we come down from here, we can't turn around anymore. Well, oh, fuck, I moved the blue knight too far. There we go. So once we... You know, red is stuck this way, right? Oh, okay. So we can't just cut those 3 off and then decide what to do. Let's reset. Is this really at the beginning of the level? How do you get over to the right? Okay, whatever. Maybe red can cut off his own cape? That's a little bit too much. Well, that's not what I wanted at all. So this leaves like too much, right? We need to leave... Like, cut 1 off here and then have the blue knight walk here, maybe? I'm not sure. This is a tough level. If I undo... Yeah, you can undo a reset. Okay, good to know. Okay, so when you tear off some cape, it is torn off from the tail end first. If I want to leave 3 bits of cape here, here, and here, those 3 need to be my last 3 bits, which means I need to have made 4 moves from here. The only way to do that without getting stuck is if they're in the square directly above me. Okay, I can do this. Now blue gets on and gets out of the way so that red can complete the moves he wants to make. Now, what happens if blue stands here and then red walks? He'll tear off... Yeah, he tears off here, which is not what I wanted. It wastes that bit of cape. So we succeeded in getting a section of 3 where we wanted it, but we had to get another one where we don't really want it for that to happen. Is there some way that I could usefully tear off one other bit of cape before that happens? Maybe. I could, like, tear this off? That might be useful. I don't know. We could try. You see what I mean here? Oh man, there's not even room for these two to like... to both turn around in that space. I guess you could do this. No, that's not what you want. You want... Oh no, you don't want that either. Cuts off tail end first. So you want something like this? No, that's too much. I'm still confused about how this works. You want to be as far away from Red as possible, but you want his tail to be where it is now, right? How is that possible? I mean, you have to stand there, right? But then he can't move. So Red needs to do this, but facing the other way for that, my current plan to work. Which, can he even do that? Yes, Red could have started his clockwork motion, his motions in the other direction. He could have come up like this. Hang on, we need to... No, that's right. Well, making Red go the other direction has made things obviously worse, right? I don't really have a plan. I'm just like trying to put pieces of cape down in areas that look useful, but like I don't know if cutting that one off over there was actually useful. Maybe it needed to be two? Because like, suppose we could get the bishop up to that area where we cut off one bit of cape. There's not anywhere we could put a knight with just one tail piece that would help, right? So maybe we needed to cut off two over there. Oh, but okay, I could do that if I went this way first, I guess. Uh-huh. Now come down here and rip this off. And I just need... I mean, great. But... Oh, you know what? I think I need to leave Blue's cape where Blue is standing now, not Red's. Because then Blue will be able to turn around. And Red will have two bits of cape left for the end bit. Can I do that? I think so. Move Blue like this. Rip his cape. And Red comes over here. Now if only I could get the bishop across this friggin' thing. I see. Okay, got it. Red's not supposed to stand there for... Oh. Red, just move! Tear off your cape. You'd be fine. Right? If I could just get him to leave his cape here... Well, no, I would lose then. Okay, I think I'm leaving too much cape behind. I think I need someone with a cape of length 1 to be moving around to help. Well, how do you get the bishop across the first friggin' bit of mud? Right? Like, you can put a knight there and point him east, but he's dead forever. I can't, and I kind of feel like you have to do that, in fact. Right? Where else could you stand that the bishop could cross? Nowhere. Is there any way you could rip off a piece of cape and leave it there? Yes. But if you did that, it would be that knight's last piece of cape. And he would, which, maybe that's fine. So... you know what? I feel like... Oh, I forgot you can rotate. Okay. I feel like, this bit of cape right here, we didn't actually need to leave behind. Just here is good enough, because a knight with a cape of length 1 could step like this and provide this bit of cape temporarily. Right, I think we need to preserve one of the knights with a cape of length 1 to do the final ferrying. So, we'll like leave a bit of cape right here and then complete this at the end. Before that, we'll give him some cape here. And here, I think. We can do that as well. No. Because once he steps over here, we won't be able to maneuver past him. So I think we do need to leave some cape here. So 1 here, these 3, this one, this one. And that leaves me 2 bits of cape still to work with. One of which I can just let a knight sit here and die. The other knight will escort the bishop and eventually end up where red is. Okay, so that's the plan. Ugh, I'm gonna have a terrible time leaving this stuff behind where I wanted it, but... Oh, come on, blue, you know, get over there. You got stuff to do. So that... What's happening? I want to leave it right here, but red can't move. Red needed to go the other way, I guess? What? Oh my god. I made a mess. Okay, now blue can turn around. And there's space for red to move. How do I get the knights turned around, though? It feels like a thing I cannot do at this time. Right, I've decided where I want to leave the capes, but I don't know how to get them there. 'Cause I don't think I want to leave any. Oh, I remember now. The reason why I left Blue's cape there is that it was the only way to get everyone turned around. Can I figure out some alternate approach? Oh, I think so. No, because that would rip a cape. I was thinking do this and then have red move, right, and like blue and red and blue can now go this way. But we've ripped off red's cape to do that, which is obviously not great. I mean, blue needed to stand right here, didn't he? I think so. And I don't think I can, like, okay, I could sort of solve the problem by putting blue down here, right? But if I do that, he's trapped forever. That's the end of the road for one of the knights, is to go there. Which means I have to have already ripped off all the pieces of cape that I want to rip off before I do that, and I haven't yet. So I can't do that. Is the problem really just turning them around? You know what? Maybe I can... I think I can handle the end bit a little differently. Instead of leaving one behind and then having a one long cape, I can maybe work with a two long cape. If I have, if I rip off one more bit of red's cape here, that's too much. I want blue standing here and then for red to move, but he can't. And if red were rotating in the opposite direction, I'd have the same problem. Red could move right, but that would cut off 3 bits of cape instead of 1, right? Yeah. Wait, do I need to cut off any more capes? Can I just work with what I have right now? Can I just like do this and say, Bishop, come on over, we're ready for you now? I don't think I could do that, but maybe I can. Let's give it a try. Right, because we wanted to get here. And yeah, the problem is we actually have too much cape here. No, that's not a problem. Well, wait, actually, like he can cross right now. But he can't. Okay, I think actually the only problem is, like, okay, so the bishop can cross, right? He can get to here, but then we're stuck. We can't finish escorting him. I think the solution to that is to have left another bit of cape here. then the bishop could cross all the way. The bishop could stand here. We could finally walk past him and leave the last 2 bits of cape like this. So we do have to reset again. But I think the idea is just to leave 2 bits of cape here. And 3 here. Yeah. And happily, that's like exactly how much cape we can leave there. And this makes it much easier to navigate these 2 knights as well, because red has less cape in the way. Yeah, just go like this. Walk the bishop. Get in front of him. There we go. Okay. World 2 complete. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's the end of this episode. What? You tricked me? What is this? Extra Metal Knight challenges? Get out of here. There weren't any extra Metal Knight challenges in World 1. Well, World 1 is basically a tutorial. Alright, I don't know if we're moving on to 3 or doing some of these in the next episode. I probably will not. I do not feel extra metal. Anyway, we'll do World 3, or start on it anyway, in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.